My firsthand experience with spinal cord injury informs everything that I do in my work with the Reeve Foundation, because as a child of not only a parent with a spinal cord injury, but also the child of a primary caregiver, I see both sides. And the Reeve Foundation has a dual mission of today's care and tomorrow's cure. My dad was working every day of his life, not only to get himself out of his wheelchair, but to get the millions of people around the world out of their wheelchairs. And my mom was working every day to keep our family intact. I try to honor my parents' legacy in everything that I do, whether that's personal or professional or with my work with the Reeve Foundation. I think that my work with the Christopher and Dana Reeve Foundation is the most obvious way that I honor my parents' legacy, because I am a board member, I am an ambassador, I travel the country visiting with patients in hospitals and rehab facilities. I speak on behalf of the foundation. I raise money for the Reeve Foundation. And the finish line for my dad, as far as he saw it, was a world with empty wheelchairs. And the way we do that is through funding research, raising awareness, and really pushing the scientific and medical communities to work harder, faster, better, smarter. Representing the Reeve Foundation, the leading organization in spinal cord injury research, is so rewarding because we get to see people every day from all across the country, all around the world, benefiting from the work that we're doing. The spinal cord injury space has evolved and changed so much just in the time since my dad has been gone, which is 14 years this October. And we've recently announced some major breakthroughs, probably the biggest in the history of the spinal cord injury research space. I think what often gets overlooked is the role that my mom played in not only our family life, but in the Reeve Foundation evolution and legacy. It is the Christopher and Dana Reeve Foundation for a reason. My mom and a friend of hers sat in our patio and reviewed all these applications from groups around the country asking for a little bit of help, whether it was to start an adaptive sports program or build a ramp into a school to help a recently injured student reacclimate, or whether it was to buy an adaptive van for a family with someone in a wheelchair. The only criteria was, did the application make us cry? And if it did, if it moved her enough to tears, she said, all right, let's try to help them out. Let's try to ease their burden. Over the years, that has evolved and formalized into tens of millions of dollars granted out to organizations from all 50 states and even some internationally. Giving out quality of life grants is one of the greatest joys and honors of my work with the Reeve Foundation, to help groups like Help Hope Live, who are so aligned with the Reeve Foundation mission and so aligned with the community it serves. That's where your money really goes to work. That's where the grants really make a difference. It's important to support organizations like Help Hope Live because, as anyone involved in this community knows, it is all about community. Once you are in the spinal cord injury community, once you are in the business of helping those who need help, you're in. You can't get out. If we're all working together for a common goal, there's no telling what we can do.